Good day, students. Welcome to our module-based presentation in our Week 1 lessons in Science 4. This is based on Pivot 4A Learner's Material in Science Quarter 1. We will classify materials based on the ability to absorb water, float, sink, and undergo decay. Before we proceed to the discussion of the special properties of matter, let me share to you again the meaning of matter. Matter is everything around us. Atoms and compounds are all made of very small parts of matter. Matter is defined as anything that has mass and volume. Matter occupies space. There are three main states of matter. It can be solid, liquid, and gas. In this lesson, you will discover the special properties of materials and the changes that will happen when they are exposed to certain conditions. You will learn how to classify materials based on their ability to absorb water, float or sink in water, and undergo decay. Let's have review. Let us see if you still remember your lessons when you are in grade 3. Describe the characteristic of solid, liquid, and gas. Write your answer on your science notebook. Are you done? Good job! Now, can you give me at least 5 solid that you can find at home? Write your answer in a separate blank sheet of paper. Are you done? Very good. Now, let us proceed on our lesson proper. Examine the two sets of pictures in Figure 1 below. These materials are commonly found at home and are grouped according to their properties. Can you identify the properties or characteristics by which they will be grouped and classified? On set A, we have a towel, tissue paper, and sponge. While on set B, we have a pan, plastic bag, and fork and spoon. Can you now classify the things or the characteristics that are common in set A? How about on set B? Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. What can you say about the pictures in set B? Do you think that these materials have the ability to absorb water also? If you place all these materials in water, which materials will have the ability to sink or float in water? Let us see that later. But now, let us focus first on the materials that absorb water. When we say porosity, it is the property of a material to absorb liquid like water. Porous materials have the plenty of spaces or holes called pores, where liquid can be quickly absorbed. In set A, you will see that the towels, tissues, and sponge are good materials that absorb water. So they are used at home for what? For example, the towels is used to dry our body after taking a bath. So the towels absorb the water that is in our body. Tissues can also use to absorb small drops of water. And the sponge is used for cleaning our dishes after eating, which absorbs the water while we are wiping them. The ability of material to absorb water is due to the presence of loose fibers with lots of pores or holes between the particles that make up the materials. In sponge, for example, these holes or pores absorb water, making the sponge swell. When you are cooking, you make sure that the materials are clean before using them. So when you squeeze the sponge, you are forcing the water or liquid cleanser out of the holes that cleans the surface of the dishes, glasses or spoons that you wash and use in cooking. Other materials that absorb water, like tissue paper, cottons, and cloth, are called porous material. These materials can easily undergo decay also. This happens because the presence of water or moist in the materials can cause degradation of the materials due to the presence of microorganisms that harbors or pile up in the materials. So when these materials are already wet or absorb the water, they will undergo decay easily. While materials like plastic or metal spoons and forks, porcelains, cups, iron nails, aluminum cookwares, and glasses that you use at home do not absorb water or liquid. Hence, they are called non-porous material. There are no holes or spaces between their particles. So when we say non-porous material, these are the materials that cannot absorb water or any liquid. We are now on the day 2 of the special properties of matter. The most essential learning competencies that we are going to study again is classifying materials based on the ability to absorb water, float, sink, and undergo decay. Look at the pictures. Can you identify which materials have the ability to absorb water, float or sink in water, or will undergo decay? In each picture, you need 3 answers. You need to identify if the pictures absorb water or not, float or sink in water, or will undergo decay or not. The first picture is a husk or rice straw, sa Tagalog, dayami. Then the next picture is a pair of rubber shoes. The third is an apple. Fourth is whistle. Fifth is a coconut. And the sixth are pencils. Write your answer on a sheet of paper. The ability of materials to sink or float in water depends on their density. A density is the amount of mass of an object per unit volume. Water has a density of 1 gram per cubic centimeter. If the density of an object is higher than the density of water, the object will sink in water. Or in other words, it will go down in water. Lulubog siya sa Tagalog. But if the density of the object is less than the density of the water, the object will float in the water. So the object will goes up of the water. Sa Tagalog, lulutang ang isang bagay. Different materials have different densities. For example, gold will sink in water because its density of 19.3 gram per cubic centimeter is higher than the density of water, which is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Examine the picture of ice cubes below. What do you think will happen to the ice cubes if you place them in water? The ice cubes will float o lulutang siya sa tubig. Why? Because the air bubbles on the ice cubes, which makes it lighter. That is why the ice cubes is more dense than the water. Then the ice cubes will float when it is put inside the water container. What about this used styro cup for noodle, a ship, and a metal bell? Will they sink or float in water? Can you guess it? A ship can float in water. Why? Because the air that is inside the ship is more lighter than the density of the water, which make the ships float. The styro cup for noodle will also float because the density of the styro cup is lighter than the density of the water, while the metal bell will sink in the water because the density of the metal bell is higher than the density of the water. Did you understand it now? Let us discover more about these abilities of materials to absorb water, float or sink, and undergo decay in the different activities designed for you. Remember to seek help from elders if needed. Good day, students. We are now on the day 3 of the special properties of matter. We will also learn again the most essential learning competencies of classifying materials based on the ability to absorb water, float, sink, and undergo decay. Are you ready for the activities that we are going to do today? Great! We are going to perform this activity for today. You will write your observation on a separate sheet of paper. You need these materials. You need a small basin with 3/4 full of water. You will also need to prepare a paper towel, a styro cup, a piece of bread, a glass, a spoon, a facial tissue, a plastic cup, detergent, clothespin, and rice grain. First step, you need to prepare a small basin with 3/4 full of water. You can replace water after each task if needed. Next step, soak each of the materials numbered 1 to 10, one at a time. Then third, test each material if it will absorb water. Fourth, copy the table 1 to write your answer by putting a check mark in column 1. Fifth, observe if these materials will float or sink in water. Sixth, check each item that float or sink in columns 2 and 3 respectively. So, kailangan nating alamin kung yung mga materials ba na inilagay natin sa water ay nag-absorb ng water at kung ito ay lulutang or float at kung ito ay lulubog or sink. So this is the table that you need to accomplish after doing the activity. Remember to write your answer on a separate sheet of blank paper and pass it in the submission of output on the day of retrieval that is given to you. So let us see. On table 1, you need to identify the ability of the materials that absorb water, sink, or float. So these materials are the one that you put on the basins of water. So let us see. After doing the activity on the paper towel, did you observe that the paper towel absorb water? If your answer is yes, you are going to check the column with absorb water. If it does not absorb water, you will leave it blank or you will put an X. Then, if you also observe that the paper towels sink o lumubog, you are going to put a check here on the column 2. But if not, you will leave it blank or put an X. And if you observe that the paper towel float o lumutang, you will put a check here. But if not, you will leave it blank, or if you want, you can also put an X. Learning Task 2. Study the picture of a family having their dinner. Identify at least 3 porous materials o yung mga bagay na nakaka-absorb ng water and 5 non-porous materials o yung mga bagay na hindi nakaka-absorb ng water or any liquid. Write your answer in a separate sheet of paper, copying the chart given below. So ito po, yung chart na nakikita nyo sa gilid with the picture, you are going to write your answer here. So the family is having a dinner. They have a pitcher, a bowl, a rice, and a rice plate. They also have fish, glasses, water, fork, spoon, chair. Their families are wearing clothes and what they will do after washing the dishes. So you are going to imagine what does the family is using during the dinner and after the dinner. So you can write the porous materials and the non-porous materials needed by the family after and during eating. Learning Task 3. Analyze each situations that happened at home carefully. Then, write your answers on a paper. Situation 1. A glass of juice was accidentally spilled on the table. What should you use to dry the table? And why did you choose that object in drying your table? Situation 2. You filled a jar with water up to its filling mark. Your mother asked you to put ice cubes, some cube slices of apple, and powdered juice crystals for a very special drink during lunchtime. The question is, number 1. What will you do with the amount of water filled in the jar? And why? Second, what do you think will happen to the juice crystals? Third, what will happen to the ice cubes and cube slices of apple? Will they float or sink? Hello again, students. We are now on the day 4 of our lesson for the special properties of water. Are you ready to learn again and do some activities? Wow, great! So let's start now. Learning task number 4. Identify which material will float or sink in water. Check the column that corresponds to your answer. Number 1. Paperclip. Will it float or sink in water? Number 2. Rock. Number 3. Ball. Then number 4. Did you already experience riding on a ship? Did it float or sink in water? Number 5. Feather. Does a feather float or sink in water? Learning task number 5. Choose the letter of the best answer. Number 1. Which of the following materials will sink in the water? A. Big stone. B. Empty bottle. C. Styro cup. D. Feather. Number 2. What kind of materials enable the boats to float in water? A. Wood or bamboo that are denser than water. B. Wood or bamboo that are less dense than water. C. Light metal. D. Plastics that are denser than water. Number 3. What properties of materials are common among coins, spoon, and iron? 1. Non-porous. 2. More dense than water. 3. Porous. 4. Less dense than water. Letter A. Is your answer letter A, 1 and 2? Or is it letter B, 1 and 4? It can be letter C, 3 and 2, or letter D, 1 only. Number 4. Which property make this material sink in water? A, 2, B, 1 and 4, C, 3 and 2, and D, 1 only. Number 5. Which material will most likely undergo decay? A. Aluminum. B. Leftover foods. C. Water. D. Plastics. We are now on the special properties of matter, day 5. With most essential learning competencies, classifying materials based on the ability to absorb water, float, sink, and undergo decay. Now, you are going to make your own reflection. On your notebook, write the learnings you have gained, your insights, the things or topics that you cannot understand well or need more clarifications. Now, if you are done, compile all the outputs that you have done during the week and be ready to submit it on the retrieval day following the schedule given to you. And now, you can rest and enjoy the weekend and be ready again for all the activities and learnings we are going to do for the next week. Good luck, God bless, and stay safe.